It's been a few days now since Roblox launched a highly anticipated The Hunt event after 4 years of not doing a proper event. Many were looking forward to this event and many thought it was going to be one of the best things they've done in a while. However, the longer the hunt goes on, the more people realize that it's not actually that good. And on top of that, the constant drama from the game itself and the games involved is just making it even worse. But with that being said, in a way, this event wasn't technically supposed to be anything good, which I know sounds really confusing, but today we're going to break down all the drama and kind of the truth behind the event, because I think the event being bad is actually a good sign, and I'm going to explain why. So firstly, let's break down why this event kind of sucks. And I think it is pretty obvious. If you played it for like 10 minutes, you'll realize right away. But there's a few reasons. Number one, the entire event feels like a cash grab from Roblox's end. They've been releasing items every day that are just stupidly priced, and it's even worse because they're just retextures. Actually, with that being said, almost every item involved in this event is retextured. Not only just the items they're selling, but I'm pretty sure the items that they're giving away are also just retextured for the most part. So right away, that kind of shows that Roblox isn't putting much effort. Keep that in mind, but back to the point of the items being stupidly priced. You've all heard about it by now probably. The sword pack was 36,000 Robux. They released another item for like 2,000 Robux. The sunglasses for 1,000 Robux. And in general, these limited time items have just been kind of disappointing, and everyone's saying Roblox out of touch and they're making it a cash grab. And notice how I said limited time. Originally they said the items were limited and then changed it to limited time, meaning that they're not going to go limited probably, making them even more disappointing. But then also with that being said, not only does the event feel like a cash grab from Roblox's end, but it feels like a cash grab from the developers' end too. And that's a major problem with dev hunts that's been around for so long. Roblox has no quality control. They have over like 100 games a part of this event, and they did no quality control, it seems like, on any of them. They just kind of handed all the work off to them and said do whatever you want, which led to a bunch of drama. Because a lot of games didn't put much effort into it and made it super easy. A lot of games made their own cash grabs, making people wait and spend a bunch of time so they get premium payouts. And that like lack of quality kind of ruins these events. And also with that being said, there's no consistency. Some games are going to take you like 3 seconds to complete, and then some games are going to take you 20 minutes to complete. And also with that being said, they're only offering 5 prizes. If you want more, you have to literally pay for it, which makes everything way worse because you're spending all this time just to get 5 prizes. One of the best parts about egg hunts and that style of event was that no matter how annoying something was or how hard it was, even if it was a dev hunt, it all felt rewarding because you got a prize at the end of all of it. But this time, you're doing, what, 95 quests to get 5 prizes? That's pretty insane. And like I mentioned, they're all just retextured items, it seems like. So already off the bat, there's 2 major issues as we can see. Number 1, cash grab from both perspectives, and then number 2, no quality control. If Roblox focused on quality over quantity in this event, it could have been way better. Limit the games and only pick top games, and then make sure they're all balanced and make sure that they're all proper. Because giving developers this much control, which is obviously good, leads to a bunch of people just making their games cash grabs, and also a complete unbalance. You know, like I said, some games take 5 seconds literally, and then some take like 20 minutes. And also with that being said, a factor that I feel like not a lot of people realize helps these events is kind of a storyline or a theme. Obviously orchestrating a story between hundreds of developers is going to be tough, which obviously I don't expect them to do that. But having some sort of theme that every developer can follow would add so much to it, and it'll make it feel so much more complete. Like the 2020 egg hunt, even though it was pretty hated in the community, had some sort of theme at least. Obviously a lot of games didn't follow it, but they had like that whole, you know, like agent theme or whatever it was. At least they tried with that one. But this one, their theme is just like portals and stuff, which is like, okay, it's just like they're trying to disguise the dev hunt into something interesting, and it didn't really work out. And also with that being said, my last point before I kind of get into why this event actually has some good stuff about it. Like I've been saying this entire time, Roblox put no effort into this event, which I know is kind of harsh, but if you really look at it, they didn't do much. For the most part, all the items are retextured, and obviously putting together all this is time consuming and stuff. I'm not hating on anyone who worked on this event or the developers or anything like that, but you can tell that Roblox didn't put as much effort into this. Another big reason is because a lot of people didn't realize is the map for this event is completely reused from like an old event. Like they didn't even bother making a new hub for this. I'm not even kidding. The Roblox Innovation Awards 2023 voting hub. Let's go into it and you'll see what I mean. Alright, as we can see, we're in, and you can probably recognize it's essentially the exact same map. Even like this little Roblox logo in the middle is the exact same, and all they really did was add portals around it. But for the most part, they just reused this entire map and kind of the concept, I guess, for the hunt event, which shows once again, was there really that much effort put into it? Obviously, I'm not hating on the developers or anything like that. A lot of developers obviously put a lot of effort into their games, and Roblox obviously had to do some work to orchestrate everything, but it seems like they did the surface level for everything involved in this event. And with that being said, and all those factors combined, the event kind of feels lackluster, and a lot of people are saying that it kind of sucks and it's not as good and it's overhyped. But with that being said, like I mentioned, this entire event is kind of meant to be not the best. And the hunt is actually kind of a big test for Roblox. And it seems like this event was just Roblox testing the waters because they want to see how the community would respond to an event like this. And also, hopefully they take in the feedback. And this is actually confirmed by Roblox themselves, by the way. I'm not just making this up. If you guys remember, a little bit ago, right before the hunt was announced, Roblox actually spoke out about the hunt event, saying that, well, they said this: the hunt first edition is an example of Roblox testing the waters to see what the community wants when it comes to platform-wide events. After a several-year hiatus, it's the first of many events Roblox will orchestrate over the months to come. That's the key thing right there. Number one, saying that they're testing the waters, but number two, saying that they're gonna do more events. So hopefully what this means is that Roblox kind of sees this event and sees why everyone doesn't like it, and they take that into account with the next event. And also, with that being said, if you guys noticed, they always call it the Hunt First Edition, which implies there's going to be more editions. And hopefully with that being said, Roblox listens to the criticism from the community and they kind of take that all into account for the next event. And that's hopefully what it seems like. It seems like the hunt is just like a massive test for Roblox to see how the community reacts in response to an event like this, so they can hopefully further improve their future events. Obviously with it being Roblox, they always say a lot of stuff and never do it, but with how they've been interacting with the community a lot recently and, you know, trying to bring back events and stuff, hopefully we see a new form of Roblox. And with that being said, I feel like that's kind of the truth behind the event and why the event kind of sucks, to be honest. I tried not to hate on the event because I was happy that Roblox finally did something after all this time, but I probably played through the event yesterday and it took me like 2 hours to get like 10 badges or something like that. And I was doing the easy quest too. And to be honest, I have no urge to get all 95 badges because it seems pretty tedious and annoying. And I don't even mind dev hunts. I've always said that I like dev hunts, but doing 95 badges to get 5 prizes just doesn't seem worth it at all. And in general, with that being said, and all those factors combined, is the reason why the hunt kind of sucks, but also why it might be good for Roblox as a test. And hopefully going forward in the future, they take into account all the criticism and make a better event if they do a first edition, or another edition, or just a different event in general. If Roblox does do another event, I think there's 3 things you have to take into mind. Number 1, quality control. Limit the games, quantity over quality, and make sure every game is proper and reasonably balanced. And then number 2, have a theme, for the entire event. Don't just make it some like Portal nonsense. Actually have some sort of theme or storyline which will help, and then maybe have all the games kind of follow that storyline to make them all feel connected rather than just their own little thing. And then number 3, actually put some effort into it. Make a proper hub, make proper items, and I think more items. The whole 95 badges for 5 items things is a reason why most people don't want to complete the hunt. They'll play it obviously, but they're not going to complete it because it just seems so tedious and annoying. If there's more prizes, it'll give people more of an incentive to play everything. And I think that also comes with limiting the games. Do less games and then more prizes, because in that way you can reward a prize for almost every game, like how egg hunts were. I doubt they'll go back to that because you have to make a bunch of items for it. And also with that being said, their next event should feature items firstly that aren't cash grabs, clearly cash grabs, but then number 2, items that are actually fully original. To be fair, I've been saying that they're retextures, but I'm pretty sure like some of them are original items. I think the major retextures are the limited selling ones, but even then, like they should all be relatively, original and unique. I think unique items, especially with this state of Roblox, is really important because I saw a lot of people saying that, the retextures ones, you can obviously just buy the original item for way cheaper. But then also with that being said, with the UGC and stuff like that now, and the state of the UGC catalog, a lot of these items, you can probably find something way similar, and you can just buy it for super cheap, which gives people even less of an incentive to play. Because if they find an item that's cool, and they think it's cool, would they rather, play like 40 badges, or just buy it on a UGC catalog for like 10 Robux, you know what I mean? That's also a big reason why they should make the items unique and like special. Because in general, if you're making us do all this work for less prices, the prices should at least be special, you know what I mean? But with that being said, as like a closure to this video, I think the hunt event, if it is meant to be a test and they learn from their criticism, is definitely a step in the right direction. Roblox bringing back events was something that no one even expected, so I respect them for even bringing them back. But they have so much potential to be so much better, and I think that hopefully they listen to what the community thought about this event and apply to their next one. But definitely a step in the right direction. To be honest, if Roblox doesn't improve their next events, it will be disappointing, but I'm happy that they are trying to bring back events because it makes Roblox feel less corporate and actually more fun and them engaging with the community. Although them making it a cash grab does kind of ruin it, so I hope they get rid of that aspect. And also, lastly with that being said, what do you think about the hunt event? Just be straight up honest if you played it. Is it good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think that it's overhated? I saw a lot of people saying that. What do you think? Be honest with me. And if you enjoyed this video to find out some more drama surrounding the hunt and just in general Roblox news, I'll see you in the next one.